Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I'm so excited because today is the wrap up, the final day of foundation week, although let's be honest, foundation week is never really over, is it? Because I do foundations constantly. I actually just had 2 brand new ones in the mail, so we'll be checking those out next week. So it's not like foundations are ever over, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this week and just been like playing in all the foundations. I love playing with new foundations. So today's video, I'm so excited because we have all the new skin stuff from Becca. Now, for those of you that don't know, somehow they released their Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation, which I have, their Skin Love Glow Elixir, which I'm so curious about. And then just for fun, this is their Skin Love Glow Glaze Stick. I'm reading these off of my phone because how the hell would I even remember that? There's no way in hell. But I have all of these to test out today and I'm so excited. I haven't looked at anybody else's reviews or anything like that. So I'm definitely going into this with a beautiful open mind. And fun fact, there's cute little lemons on my shirt. And I did this cute little lemony eye look. I know obviously it's not done. We need mascara and stuff, but I've been really loving the brows and eyeshadow first. I think I might have said this in another video, but you don't know when you try out a new foundation what the coverage is going to be like. So if it's a foundation with really, really light coverage, you don't want to go over the top with the eyes because then the eyes and the face, they don't match, you know? You don't want a super glam eye look with this face. So I don't know. I'm hoping that this coverage is buildable because we're gonna need, or just really good. I'm good with either. I just need good coverage to match my eye look. So let's go ahead and let's start by talking about this. Actually, you know what? We'll start with this because this would be the primer. This is the Becca Skin Love Glow Elixir. Wow, loud car. I swear to God, it's people wait until I'm filming. No matter what time of the day I'm filming, it doesn't matter. Oh my God in heaven, this is beautiful. Hello there, hi. I figured no better time than the present to zoom you in because look at this. Isn't that so frickin' pretty? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Okay, so let's read about it. Oh, it has 4.5 out of 5 stars on the Ulta.com website, which is where I purchased all of this from. It is $48 for 0.17 ounces. And I'm just really shocked at the 4.5 stars with 20 reviews. That's a really good sign. It says that Skin Love Glow Elixir is a lightweight primer serum infused with Becca's Glow Nectar Brightening Hydra Complex, a proprietary blend of natural ingredients to help brighten, hydrate, and soothe the skin. That was just a lot. It is a foundation of glow in a bottle. Well, that's exciting. Drop on fingertips or directly on the face, gently massaging into skin, allowing skin to drink up the glow and radiate it out. Every drop of glow counts. To get every last drop, they recommend that you squeeze the dropper and blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. So here's how I'm going to do it for today. Now, normally, as you guys know, I've been doing 2 different primers on each side of the face. So I thought we would do one of my normal primers, the Tatcha Silk Canvas on this side, just as my normal, what I've been using lately, very reminiscent of that pore filler. I picked it because it is directly in front of me and it looks luxurious and bougie, and so does this. So I figured let's match the bouge factor, you know? And then we're going to do this one on the other side. So I want to start with this. I'm going to shake it up. And I'm so excited. But it didn't say how much. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, here's how we're going to start this. Let's massage a little bit on my hand. Oh, you guys see how pretty that looks? Okay, let's kind of just, move it around on my hand a little bit. Oh my God, smells like cucumber melon from Bath & Body Works. Oh my God. Hold on. 13-year-old Paige is having a moment. Oh my God, no, I'm not going to the dance. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you know what cucumber, just go to Ulta and smell this. I'm going back right now. Okay, so here's the thing. It looks in the bottle, it has little glitter pieces in it, but they're not transferring to my hand at all. It's just this really beautiful sheen. That's all you see is a glow. There's no glitter or anything. And it's sinking into the skin really nicely and it just looks really pretty. I thought it was going to have this weird glittery moment because in the bottle there's all kinds of floating glitter situations. Okay, all right. I feel a little bit better about my decision now. So let's go ahead and let's apply this. Okay, should we do that unicorn rainbow tear thing? Hold on. When you're blind, you always need the mirror. Don't forget the mirror, which, by the way, still broken. Still haven't fixed it. Hello. I don't want to overdo it, so I put 2 drops there, 1 up here, and I'm just going to, because it felt when I put it on my hand, a little bit went a long way. So I don't want to overdo it. Actually, yeah, that was a good amount. It was perfect. Yes, Widow's Peak, you know you're going to get some hydrating love right up in that hairline. That was a really, really good amount. It soaked right into the skin, but I do feel like you can still see like a nice sheen to it right there. But on this side, there's no sheen. All right, so now that we have that side done, we're gonna go into this other side with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. We're just gonna take it on our finger, and I really like to press this into the pores on my face. I mainly concentrate it on like my more porous areas because it's a really nice like pore filling kind of primer. So I'll kind of tighten up my chin, and I really work it into this area and on my upper lip, right here into the sides of my cheek, and I kind of pull it over, and then obviously on the nose. And I only put a little bit over here, and I kind of gently pat it in because this is a really thicker feeling formula in the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I like to keep the thickness down on the cheek right here, just because I don't ever want it to look like super thick and cakey. So next up, we have the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. I'm so excited, it's the foundation. Okay, so this is 1.23 ounces. Girl, they give you almost a quarter of extra product, so that's exciting. It is $44, which is kind of expensive because we tested the Natasha Denona yesterday, and this I believe was $45. So the Becca, it's getting up there with the pricing just a tidge, but you do get like substantially more product. The Natasha Denona only had what, 0.94, so this one has like 0.3 ounces, right? Yeah, 0.3 more ounces than that one for $1 less. So just keeping it all into perspective, but the price, it's getting up there. So this was released in 24 colors, and the shade range is actually looking pretty good from what I can see on the Ulta website. They do not have a chart though, so I can't see like with a chart like I could with the Natasha Denona one, but very similar to that foundation, it comes in a squeeze tube with a cap so you can let it sit upright or lay it on its side, and it does come with a pump, which is really nice. In the description, wait a second. Oh wow, this has 4.5 stars too with 13 reviews. Nice. Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation is a long-lasting, self-setting foundation that provides medium buildable coverage that feels weightless and looks natural. Imperfections and pores are instantly camouflaged thanks to a light-as-air blurring complex that keeps skin looking fresh, smooth, and shine-free. Okay. Now, keeping in mind, this did just say it's self-setting, which would mean that if you are like on the drier side, combination, or normal, and you don't like to set your foundation, what they're saying is that you don't have to. This will set itself and stay in place. I do not have that luxury. I will have to set my foundation because I am so oily. If I don't, it's a hot mess. But just so you know, that is what that means. So they're claiming right from the beginning that this is something you don't have to set. That's a big claim. I picked this up in the shade Linen, which I don't think that's their lightest shade, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is their lightest shade. Go figure. It is defined as lightest beige with neutral undertones. Okay. Well, let's take, I love this kind of like holographic-y looking duochrome packaging that we're getting. I like that. Let's go ahead and take some on the back of the hand today. Hello. All right, so that's actually like a really nice shade match. So let's go ahead. We're gonna start off with the Morphe sponge. Boop, boop, boop. Of course, this is a damp beauty sponge thing. You can get these. You can use the Real Techniques ones, which I have right here. I just really love the Morphe ones as well. But this Morphe sponge does feel different than the last one, so I don't know if they've changed them or not, but it does feel a little different. Anyways, let's go ahead and start applying this. It has like a thicker whipped consistency to it. I am curious to see what kind of coverage we're talking about, because I feel like lately so many foundations have been released and they're just like, oh yeah, it's medium coverage. And it's like, where did you learn what medium coverage meant? Because medium coverage implies that there is some coverage. Like, girl, get your life together. So it's definitely building to about medium coverage. I don't think it's medium straight from the start. You do have to build it if you have anything that you need to cover. But it doesn't look bad. I definitely want to try this with a brush though. It is a little bit thicker in consistency, so I'm sure I'm going to get stipple marks from it, but that's all right. I'm going to take this on the IT Cosmetics Chic Foundation brush. I'm just going to use some of what's left on my hand, and I'm going to, oh, there was nothing left on my hand. Well, piss. Just kidding, I better get a little bit more because there wasn't any there. And because this is self-setting, I would definitely say you might want to work a little bit quicker because that probably means it's going to dry down relatively quickly. You definitely get way better coverage. Like, this is one coat with a brush versus like going over it twice with a beauty blender, but you do also get the streaks and the pulls and the like dragging from the brush because this is a thicker formula. It's not very thin at all. So that is an interesting formula for this. I'm shocked that it's going on as well as it is with a brush though. Because a lot of times on my skin, and I've said this 3 million times on my channel, excuse me, I'm talking, but a lot of times with a brush, on textured skin, it'll just create like more texture and bumps and lumps in it. I've actually had foundations like ball up on me before, but this one isn't. It looks the worst for sure on the nose, but overall for the rest of it, it's not that bad. I am going to go in with my Beauty Blender though on this side and just kind of tap out that overlayer because it is super textured looking. You know what is crazy right now is how much better it looks on this side than on this side. Like, it is a drastic difference. Whoa. Okay, as I continue, if that stays like that and it looks like this after I do powder and everything, you guys are gonna just shit because I'm actually shocked. Now, I do want to test something, and this is just a component that I'm curious about. I'm going to take a little bit more on the back of my hand, and I want to see, and it's like the tiniest little dollop dot, I want to see if I can build coverage at right now because it is starting to set itself. I just want to see if it accepts more or if it like dries down to the point where you can't do anything with it. And when I say adding coverage, I'm doing it in like literally taking it on the tippy tip of my Beauty Blender, and I'm just so lightly applying this. Because even if it does ruin the foundation in that one spot, I don't want to ruin it all over the place because that would be unfortunate. I found the hair. There's a cat hair on my nose. Mayday, mayday. So after going back in and dotting over a couple of the areas, what I'm noticing is that it actually will not build on top of itself when it starts to dry down. So pretty much whatever you put down first is all you're going to get. Like if you're working on a section and you don't like the coverage, stay working in that section until you like it. Because if you try to go back later, it ain't going to work so well. I tried to build up this guy right here and then a couple up in this area. It is not wanting to build, which is okay. I'm okay with it, but for those of you that really need to build that coverage like right from the beginning, be warned. So far, I don't think it looks bad at all. I actually love the way that it looks on my nose. It looks nice and smooth, which is huge because a lot of times right now, it is not looking so good. So now the last little piece of our puzzle is this guy right here. This is the Skin Love Glow Glaze Stick infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. Do you guys see a shine right here? That strip? That's it. Like, that's it right there. I really thought this was going to be more. It literally just looks like oil, like an oil stick. Okay, we should probably read because now I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Ooh, the Glow Glaze stick only has 4 stars with 11 reviews, and it is $28. $28 for that? Can you twist it up and find out how much product you get? Because, girl, you guys, that's it. For $28, you get that. Like, that's the end right here. That's the end. For 28 bucks. It says that this is an ultra sheer highlighting balm loaded with skin loving ingredients on Becca's Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. Get a post facial glow with a simple swipe. The low shimmer formula creates a universally flattering, sheer, dewy glow on skin. Under how to use, it says it can be used on the eyes, cheeks, lips, or anywhere you want a boost of hydration and glow. Apply directly on clean skin or swipe on fingers and tap on over makeup. Okay, well, can I just say as like a good note, what I do love is that they said if you're going to put it on your straight skin, like how I did, like straight on your skin, you can swipe it from the stick. But they're saying if you're going to put it over any kind of makeup, use your finger. And I like that because they're basically already telling you that it will strip something else. So that's good. I'm going to take some of this. I'm just heating it up on my finger, like rubbing it like this. I do this anytime I use a balm stick because a lot of times they'll come off a lot nicer and they're just a warmer formula. They're easier to work with. So I'm just going to take and tap this right here. Now, the last time I did this, I regretted it a little bit, but that's okay. This is kind of reminding me of the Pat McGrath, the dual-ended stick. I can link that right here. I did a review of the new kits that they came out with for highlighting and stuff, and it reminds me a lot of that balm. Like, wait a second, I kind of like that. And it didn't like, I mean, it picked up a little foundation, but it didn't pick it up anything crazy, and I think you can actually kind of see it. I moved the camera out just a little bit. You can kind of see the glow, and like you can see where it stops right there because it's actually a really, like, really nice consistency. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it does pick up a little foundation, and you can kind of see where it's a little bit lighter. Oh, okay, cool. I just thought I'd drop it real quick, not a big deal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab a little bit. I am gonna do the other side and see how it looks. And again, just warming it up on my finger like this. And this time I'll have the camera zoomed out so you guys can hopefully see it a little bit. I know that when the camera's close up, it's easier to see certain things. And when it's farther away, you can see a lot better, like light reflecting. Oh my God. Okay, on this side, it's picking up a lot of the foundation. like a whole clumpy lumpy. It has a beautiful like vibrancy to it, but this would have to be something for like a no makeup day, because this is like literally stripping the foundation. Like when I go to mix concealer right there, I'm gonna have to make sure that I hug that cheek. I do want to show you like right here, you can see, actually here, let me grab my tweezers so I can point better. Right here you can see where it did completely like kind of strip that foundation, but you can also see right here when I move my head, look at that glow. Like that does look absolutely beautiful on the skin. Like I love the sheen. Oh my God, no makeup, this would be such a winner. But over foundation, kind of not a winner. So you guys can probably guess by now I'm going in with the Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to take this under the eye and all the places that I normally do. There's a friggin' hair on it. There we go. Paige, why are you using the viewfinder? Oh my God, like are you trying to ruin your makeup? I am really curious to see how this is going to work with that balm stick that I just put on, because I've never used this concealer with anything like that before. Okay, scooched it back out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm seeing, which is I blended that concealer down and you can still see some of that glow peeking through, but the concealer actually did work right in that area to help fix where the glow stick had removed the foundation. So right now it just looks really nice and glowy. Okay, like I'm having weird moments right now because like I'm oily skinned, so I'm nervous because like what is this going to do for me later? But at the same time, I look kind of gorgeous and it looks kind of fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling it. When you just start like looking at yourself and you're just like, yes, I'm having one of those moments. So next up, we are going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in 05 Fair. I have went in with this powder every day this week that you've watched for all of my foundation reviews, just to keep it very consistent throughout all of them. So I will take this and I will be putting it in the concealered areas with a beauty sponge, and I really kind of press it into those areas because on my face, any area that I put concealer tends to move around a little bit more, and then I lightly dust this over the rest of my face. I try, no matter if it's concealered area or anywhere on my face, I go in lighter with my powder just to see what the foundation can like bring through and bring my face to life. But I do put this all over, and some people don't like that. Some people say like, oh, you're powdering too much, but I am oily skinned, so I have to set my entire face. I do it with as thin a veil as possible, and in real life, like outside of a foundation review, I've really been loving the Studio Fix powder from MAC, but for these foundation reviews, I really wanted to keep the foundation that I'm testing the star of the situation. So that's why I'm going in with this. And of course, first we always got to pat out those under eye bags because girl, yeah, definitely going to go a little bit light on the powdering, especially when this is a lighter Fit Me powder, and my face, like linen is probably the perfect shade for my body, but it's a little bit lighter than what I'm used to going. So I am going to definitely make sure that I go in with a light hand for this. And the way that I do this, if you're curious or like, you know, just want to know, I think I did say this in the Natasha Denona video as well, but I take a very light amount of powder. Like I dip in, I shake it off, and I leave on like the lightest dusting of powder, and I lightly kind of start to tap that. I don't swipe, I don't do any of that because of my texture. My texture will straight up just remove any foundation and it's over. Like I'm very, very careful right now to make sure that I really set my foundation in place with as little powder as possible, while still making sure that I set it down and I've set it up for success. Because girl, we are all about the success of a foundation. Yes. So guys, I just got done powdering my face, and you know what is weird about this? This Becca Skin Love, it's reminding me so much in every way of a CC cream. Like it looks like the It Cosmetics CC cream. I did review this at the beginning of the week. I can link it right up here if you're curious. It's their new oil-free matte version of their CC cream, but it's reminding me so much of that. Like everything, the packaging, the way that it went on the face, the coverage. The only thing that was different is that this one kind of dried down quicker and more so than the CC cream did, and the coverage was for me a little bit better, but a lot of you think that the coverage on this is really good, so I don't know. Like it wasn't, I don't know, they are so similar to me. Even as I'm like pressing the powder into them, I'm just like, wow, these are so similar. Like it really does have a nice smoothing look to my pores right now. I am going to run off of camera, finish up the rest of my face, and I will be back to talk about the end results. Whew, okay guys, I am having a hot flash, but I did finish getting the rest of my face on, and just to run through kind of what's on my face real quick, I am wearing 2 of the KKW nude lipsticks on my lips right now. I have number 7 all over for the darker color, and then I popped number 1 in the center just to give it a little bit of like zhuzhing, a little something fun. On my eyes, I'm actually wearing the faux Mink Miamis. I'm testing these out from Lily Lashes. Now, if you've been watching me for a couple of weeks, you know that my very first high-end lash was the Mink Miami from them, but it's like 25 bucks a pair. And then I saw that they came out with the faux mink, and they're supposed to be the exact same lash design, all that stuff, but with like faux products, meaning it's not real mink, it's not the high-end stuff, it's synthetic, so it's a lot cheaper. These are like 10 bucks a pair, and that's what I'm wearing right now. Like, I'm sorry, but they're kind of gorgeous, so I'm gonna wear them and see kind of how they last and all that good stuff. Anyways, on my eyes, by the way, is also the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. I'm testing it out. I finally got my new one in the mail, so I want to go through, see how I like the formula, because this is supposed to be the correct formula repressed. So anyways, that's what's on my face. Now, let's talk about this foundation, because I'm actually really liking it so far. I think overall, like on this as a whole, it looks really nice and smooth. I'm not loving necessarily one side more than the other, and I'm not seeing that glowy tonic pop through. However, I've said this several times with my face, my skin. My sweet spot is about 2 to 3 hours into a foundation when all of my natural oils come forward, and then all of the foundation and the powder and just everything really mixes. That is my favorite time with my foundation. So we'll see if that gets any better, if I notice it being extra illuminated. But for right now, everything just looks really even and nicely covered, and I really, really like the way that everything turned out. So I'm going to run off of camera. I will go do my day. I will stop back on and check in with you guys. If there's a middle day check-in, there is. If not, there's not. It really all depends on how everything looks. Sometimes I look at my face and I'm just like, there's nothing to report. Things are good here. And then other days I'm just like, bitch, you gotta say this. So I think it really all depends. So I will check in with you guys either in the middle of the day or at the end of the day, and we will just keep talking about this foundation, because girl, ooh, yeah, but while we're at it, I mean, what do we think? Like, what do we think about the makeup? Like, I love the way that the eyes turned out. I think those turned out beautiful. I love the lashes. I'm loving the brows. I think the bronzer blush highlight moment looks really nice, sheen, healthy. I love everything. Okay, I'll check in with you guys soon. Oh, hey guys, random update. It's been about 6.5 hours. I have no real reason to come on here because everything looks so good. Like, this foundation is wearing beautifully. It's wearing so nice and smooth, even over like my more textured areas. Both sides look really great, but what's really shocking me is how beautiful this serum side looks. Like, we are gonna have a fun conversation when I come on here to check in for the night, because everything just looks so good. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, you guys know I don't lie. I have no reason to. I did have to go in with my MAC Studio Fix, and I did touch up a tiny spot right here and a tiny spot right here, because I might have had a small situation with droplets from my Diet Coke with light ice from McDonald's, and then there was condensation, and then it just, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those moments where like water was just like on my face, and I was like frantically like trying to put out the fire on my face. And then the only 2 areas that were affected were these 2 spots. So I am gonna bring you guys in real quick because I want you to see like the level of smooth we're talking about, but I'm so impressed. Like, you can see, just look at how like smooth and together everything still looks. Right here you can kind of see where I had to hit my nose with a little Studio Fix powder, and then right here as well. And I think part of it too is because I think I have like acne coming through that really kind of pissed it off. But other than that, like, everything else just looks so good and smooth. Oh yes, even like, oh god, it's so nice. Like, even my forehead looks good. The only area that I am seeing a tiny bit of creasing is like right on my upper lip, which is so normal, and then a little bit at the base. But honestly, you guys, I'm so impressed with how this is looking and wearing, and all my concealered areas are looking so good. They're not like cakey or weird or getting makeup-y. Like, everything just looks so good, and I'm so amazed and I'm so happy with it. So I will stop now, but I'm gonna check back in here. This was just a couple minute update for you guys, just to let you know that we are still going so good and strong at the, what, 6.5 hour mark. Whew, girl, we are praying for a good 8 to 9. Yes, yes, yes. Okay guys, so it is so hot outside. I apologize. I just got done bringing in groceries. So the AC is cranking and I am just a sweating beast right now. So we are going to talk about this foundation, but we will be kind because it has been on my face for like 10.5 hours. And I just spent the last half hour going around a grocery store at like Mach 10 and then checking out and then running to the car and then running the groceries inside because everything's like melting already. So like we will be kind and that will count as a factor in the judgment of this foundation. So let's go ahead and take a little peek-see here. You guys, I'm actually real impressed. Like not even low-key impressed. I'm just impressed. This has been on, like I said, 10.5 hours. And it looks so good. Like it's still super smooth. The only area that it starts to settle is like right here into my lines. I just now am starting to have like some oil poke through, but it's also probably sweat because I'm a pig and I'm like sweating like a beast of mankind. And I finally noticed around hour like 7 the Hulk was starting to eat. But other than that, like let's just zoom in because I think you're gonna have like a heart attack at how good this looks. So here's the settling I was talking about, but like it looks way better on this side, right? Like, am I crazy? Same thing on this side. Like you can see that like it looks really smooth, but it does have a little bit of texture poking through. But then look at how smooth this side looks. Like what is going on? And then this is my nose. Like there's barely anything even wrong with it. Like a tiny bit of oil coming through and some slight breakage around the nose, but that's like it. And then boom, the forehead, the Hulk, he was hungry, but the Hulkettes, they weren't that hungry. Just the main guy, he just had some dinner. So you guys, I'm like pleasantly surprised to have this be the conclusionary foundation for foundation week because I love this. Like it wore so beautifully. The side with this serum on it still looks so beautiful. It didn't break apart. It didn't affect my oils. It didn't make me more oily or more textured. Like everything just went so nicely on top of this. Like I don't know if this contributed to why my skin looks so good because I feel like this side does look smoother. I am going to try this again and again and again with this foundation and other foundations. I really like this foundation. I love the way that it settled onto my face. I just love it. The only thing that I would change like a tiny bit might be the coverage just so I didn't have to use as much of it. But overall, like, and that would be a tiny amount of maybe like my Dior Forever, like the really high coverage one, or maybe like a couple drops of the Catrice. Again, that's just if I don't want to build up or if I feel like my acne is a little bit more aggressive or redness or anything. But overall, I don't think I have any complaints. I'm so impressed. Did anybody else feel like I was 17 feet away? I looked in the viewfinder and I was like, hello over there, ma'am. Are you gonna come to the camera anytime today? So I have a couple thoughts that I just want to like throw out there right now because there's not much to say about this foundation. Like I'm super oily skinned and it lasted so nicely on my face. Did not break apart over acne. Didn't break apart hardly anywhere except for like right in this region, which is crazy. This is probably by far one of my most successful foundation like reviews of all time. The color stayed really nice. It didn't oxidize. I didn't have hardly any issues there. Like I'm really impressed. And you guys know I've even been like lightly powdering my face. So it's just like unprecedented how beautiful everything looks. So that's kind of fantastic. As far as this week goes, this was like my clear cut winner for the week. This one after this would be the Natasha Denona. And then the problem I have after that is I liked the way the Laura Geller looked, but it didn't work for my skin. So like it's a toss up. You know what I mean? Like the CC cream I didn't really love, but this one I really did. So like, truth be told, I think the It Cosmetics CC cream would be my least favorite. I don't know. I'm looking forward to like trying all of them again at different times and like trying to find ways to mix them in because I really do love so many of these. Like even to mix the Laura Geller with the Natasha Denona, that could be really pretty because this would add like some nice radiance, some illumination to it, you know, maybe a little extra coverage. Like I just love, this is why I love foundations because you can literally take so many different like potions and just like meld the perfect one for you. And I just like, I'm obsessed with foundations. I really hope that you guys have like loved this week. Let me know down in the comments. You guys have been commenting so much this week and I love you so much for it. I do want to mention real quick too, I read all of your guys' comments yesterday and the day before about the concealer on the center of my face, and a lot of you have been like saying, hey Paige, like you're using too much concealer. And even one of you, like, I love that you guys some of you, let me rephrase. I love that some of you say it and you say it really constructively, like, hey Paige, I'm not trying to like step on your business, but like I did the same thing and I noticed that I got really cakey in these areas too. I love that because there is a way for you guys. I don't want you to feel like you can't tell me like what's up, like, hey Paige, this is the tea, this is what's going on. I don't ever want you guys to feel like you can't tell me the truth or talk to me honestly, because like that's the whole point of a channel. But at the same time, I think that there are some people that go about it really, really sweet and constructive, and you know, you're really great about it, and then there's other people that you can tell they're doing it just to like act like they are better than you or superior to you or whatever, and like there's just no need for that. So to those of you that said it and you meant it in like a sweet, sweet way, I so appreciate it, and I don't ever want you guys to think that I don't. The reason that I went in so consistently this week is because I was testing so many foundations and I wanted to keep everything as linear and even as possible between the days. However, I do agree with you that there are like certain foundations and certain times where I notice my nose gets even more cakey with foundation or with concealer in these areas. But then again, days like today happen where I use this great foundation and I didn't get cakey at all in those areas, and I didn't, you know, I didn't have those issues. So then I'm like, is it really, you know, this, or is it that, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different trial and errors to it that I'm glad I left everything consistent and that I kept everything the same this week, definitely. But on the flip side, I will take what you guys say like seriously. One of you even made a really good point that with certain foundations, it might be good to use the more mattified Shape Tape concealer as opposed to the one that I've been obsessed with lately, the Born This Way concealer. Because like I've said, and one of you said it so perfectly, I wish I could remember, but you were like, you know, Paige, you said it yourself, this one is more hydrating. So maybe if you use the more matte one, you'd have like more mattified skin. And I was like, that's a really nice way to say it. Again, I kept everything consistent just because I was trying so many foundations, but I do always want your guys' feedback, and I don't ever want you to think you can't tell me or like you're gonna offend me, because you don't. The only people that ever offend me are the ones that are assholes about it, and there's so few of you down there that it's like, I'm fine with it. Like I've been getting made fun of my whole life. I think I can handle it, you know. But just so you guys know, I do hear you loud and clear, and I will definitely be playing with that and maybe using less concealer, and I will try using less or no concealer on the center of my face and kind of trying that method out as well. Maybe just using like a brighter powder in those areas or something like that. I'm trying to find the balance that I like on my face where like the perfect amount of concealer meets the perfect amount of powder, because what I've noticed is that, like you guys said, Paige, if you go in with too much concealer, you're gonna get cakey and creasy. Accurate. But if I go in with too much powder, I get the same thing. So I don't think it's like a matter of putting it in this area equals cakey and creasy. I think it's this concealer with this foundation looks cakey and creasy, but that same concealer, the same amount of it in the same places with this other foundation doesn't do that. Like I think that there's a perfect ratio and balance and just system for each individual foundation, and that's really what I'm trying to like hone in on. And there's a lot of foundations, for example, that I don't put concealer in the center of my face for that reason. I've always been like, oh, I don't like the way it looks. There's certain ones where I'm just like, ooh, I love the way that it looks in this area, and I'll actually skip foundation in that area and just want concealer right there. Like it's just so specific to each individual one. But again, I just don't ever want you guys to think that I like ignore you or whatever. I do hear you loud and clear. That is something I will play with and kind of, you know, decide on down the road and see like maybe I like it, maybe I don't, but I will let you guys know and I will play around with that. There's actually going to be, will it be this? I think it'll be this coming week. There will be like a get ready with me, and I think some kind of like a full face where we get ready on camera. I'm hoping to get that done at some point this week, if not the next week. So we will see between now and then how that goes and what I find from that. But you guys, overall, thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me this week and checking out all these brand new foundations. And just so you know, there is two more brand new foundations that are still coming your way. Like I'm not gonna, you know, do them in sequence, and it's not gonna be like a whole nother week of foundations, but there are some other new ones that are definitely on their way this coming week, so you guys can stay tuned for those. I'm so excited because you guys know I love foundations, and I'm just really excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to check out the description box down below. It has my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, and my Is there something else? I don't know. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. There we go. I'm mainly on Instagram and Twitter. That's probably why I forgot the other ones. But the Instagram and Twitter are my favorite places because I can tweet to you guys and you guys can answer me. And it's like a really fun, interactive way to be out amongst everybody else. But then Instagram, I just love the aspect of like brands and like tagging photos and having like that artistic moment. So I love both. I'm on both a ton. So definitely go check those out if you are looking for that type of interaction or if you want sneak peeks or what's to come or polls. If I ever have like a random poll that I'm gonna have, that's where those are going to be. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this week as much as I did. Like, do you see the smile on my face? This could not be fake. Like I genuinely feel so happy about it. You guys can leave down below. Tell me what you thought of Foundation Week. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? What do you plan on testing out? And just overall, did you guys like these videos? Like, that's good constructive criticism. I think for the most part, people love these videos because how could you not? Like, it's foundation, but that's just me. So thank you guys. Oh, and you know what else I didn't talk about, by the way? This glow stick right here, my jury's still out. I feel like this would be a great, I just like went right back into the review, sorry. But I feel like this would be a good thing for like a no makeup day because it does give you such a beautiful like sheen to the skin. What I don't like about it is that it did kind of strip off my foundation. So my foundation, did I just say that really weird? But I don't know. I feel like I definitely will try this again. Again, like a no makeup kind of situation. I think that this has like a beautiful luminous finish to it. It's nothing that I would use like on the daily with my normal foundation, but again, I think it could definitely have like a time and place or on like a little collarbone action. Like right, ooh, that's kind of pretty, right? Like a cute little moment, not that you can see it because A, I have no collarbones because Cheetos, and B, there's no lighting in here because too lazy to turn on the correct light. So that's me. So you guys, thank you again so much for watching and for being with me when I'm crazy, and please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me on Foundation Week on my channel. I had so much fun testing all these foundations with you. Especially this one because it was kind of fabulous. Still looking smooth. The only problem I'm having an issue. 17th take is the time. What? 17th take is the time? I think you meant charm. See, you can't even make a fucking joke right. I like to eat apples and bananas. So excited. This is our final technical day of Foundation Week, but like, let's be honest. I think I just said Foundation Week. All right, this says Becca Skin Love. Wait, when they say self-setting, oh my fuck. I like to oat opals and bananas. Sodium hyaluronate, oh my god. Smooth, but I am having some creasy caking happening. Girl, that is a look.